you crazy? Are you nuts? There's no way that we can do this. I mean, it's going to cost way too much money. That was the approach my staff took with dealing with me when I told them that I wanted to change the way we build houses in Brownsville. I mean, it continued. We've built 3,000 houses in this town over the last 15 years, and you want to change a good thing? It's not broken. I say, have you taken a look around? Have you looked at our communities? You know exactly when you drive into a Community Development Corporation of Brownsville community. They look the same. I mean, come on, guys. We have 6 floor plans. We've been building those 6 floor plans for 15 years. Yeah, our houses were safe, and they're sanitary, and most importantly, they're affordable. But we changed the scope of Brownsville. We did create the sprawl. We brought people north. The drive until you qualify, that would be me. But I had no idea how to change this. Not a clue. I mean, I can do what I do. I can build lots of houses, but I had no way of changing the whole scope of how we build houses in Brownsville and hopefully influencing others. I guess it's kind of like the saying, it's like eating an elephant, one bite at a time. The problem is I didn't even know where to find the fork and the knife to get started. But across town, there were these 2 young professors of architecture that were just starting up. And they were thinking about the same thing. They were thinking, how do we get students engaged in the community? How do we get students to talk to the folks who need housing? And how do we build those houses? So, luck had it, we got together.
So here we have it. We had, on one hand, the CDCB trying to find a new direction to provide new homes for their owners, and a new architecture program trying to find ways to build partnership with the community and have the students that engaged in service learning and public interest design type of projects. So we met and to try to see how we can collaborate, how we can work together to fulfill our goals. We share a common value, and that is to better serve our community. And we shared with the CDCB representatives and Nick that we envision our students actually becoming the one who provide the new generation of custom design homes in our city here and participate in construction activities and internship and so on. CDCB embraced the idea. They loved it. They said, go ahead, you guys we are partners. So this was back in the summer of 2009. By then we were preparing to welcome our first cohort group of new students into the program. So we went back to the office. My colleague then, Mr. Eric Diaz, who had actually played during the last 4 years major role in developing and sustaining a strong relationship with the community and sustaining the service learning initiative, if you wish, within the program. We decided, let's not wait until the students are in. Let's plant the seed, if you wish. Let's design a home, have the CDC build it, think about it as a pilot project. Let's see how it goes. I mean, learn through the process from this experience, and once we have the students ready to be engaged, we are more informed, we are better prepared to have actually a very beneficial collaboration between the 2 entities. And we did. And after a few discussions with CDCB, we came up with this proposal and this design. Now, honestly, our initial goals were just as simple as creating a very comfortable home for a typical family in Brownsville. A home that, have the minimum facilities and features that any homeowners would like to have. However, knowing that we are dealing with affordable homes, we had to be aware of the restrictions and limitations that comes with that stems from cost issues, such as the size of the house and the material used and the construction techniques and so on. So we adapted simple things such as open floor plan at the public realm of the house, which encompasses the living area, the dining area, and the kitchen all together under one roof. We redistributed the space within the private realm, which is the bedrooms, into 3 equal-sized bedrooms rather than one large master bedroom and what I call them the closet bedrooms, small, tiny ones. Let's have equal-sized bedrooms so every member of the homeowner can actually enjoy his or her bedroom. We added simple features like walk-in closets and bathrooms and washing and drying facility, a garage. Simple things that we were informed are very desirable and selling features, if you wish, because you have to remember we are also dealing with a business. They have to sell their product. So simple things like that. But we also try to incorporate some basic green design elements into the design, such as allowing more natural light to come into the house from the south and the north, eliminating as much opening on the east and the west. Very simple things. Reduce the height of the walls in the east and the west so less heat is accumulated and penetrating into the interior space. We eliminated the attic at the public realm, so we add more volume to the living space in the house, so it feels larger than what it is. The ducting system, allow more natural light to penetrate into the house. The ducting system, it was centrally located within the insulation envelope of the house. So again, less heat is penetrated into the ducting system, therefore less energy is used to keep the house inside comfortable enough for the inhabitants, and so forth. In the overall layout of the house, because it's linear and somehow narrower, we were able to capitalize more on the exterior space. We added large enough patio on the outside that works as extension to the backyard and allow for direct connection to the interior living space. And this is particularly very important when it deals with affordable housing that usually are small. This space becomes the extra space that the family and their guests will have to entertain, socialize, and conduct day-to-day activity, if you wish. And in the overall scheme, when you start lining these houses side by side in a neighborhood, you end up having a wider green buffer zone, if you wish, between the two homes, which add into the quality of the overall neighborhood and allow for more privacy between each unit. So we were happy with what we have accomplished so far, and we assume that CDCB were happy too. However,
it was time to take the next bite of the elephant.
Go ahead. He has to jump.
We knew that this was going to be Energy Star. We had to go Energy Star. We had made the commitment that every house that came through CDCB needed to be Energy Star in January of 2010. But then there was a Vista volunteer who had a master's degree from architecture in UCLA and a bachelor's degree of architecture from Princeton, who was giving a year of her life here in Brownsville working with us. And she came to me, her name was Sloan Fisher, and Sloan said, we could do this LEED. LEED is like the gold standard for construction in the United States. It's the green building certification. And I turned around and said, what, are you crazy? There's no way we could afford to do that. And she said, no, I've looked at it. I've studied it, just like everybody should do. We could double the positive impact that this house could have on our families and on the environment. And I said, yeah, and you could triple the cost. And she said, no, I've figured it out. Instead of being $6,000 extra a home, we could actually do it for $1,500 extra. So I'm sold, and just took a big old bite of that elephant.
Of course, going through this route is very exciting. We were very excited as designers, but also it meant that we have to adapt some modification, enhance the way we build our homes here in Brownsville, Texas. Simple modification, yet very important, such as applying advanced framing system into the construction. Pay more attention to the moisture barrier on the outside and the inside. Recycling is a big thing. Yes, we are building this house in Brownsville, Texas. We might not have access to too many resources, as we all know, but that didn't stop our colleagues and the construction team to be creative and build their own recycling bins. And it did work. It did work. Insulation inside the house, advanced insulation like spray insulation at the ceiling level and wool insulation at the wall and so forth. But then the next stage of our collaboration started to take shape. Now our students are in the program. The house is under construction. So the house itself became a construction training site, if you wish, for our students. They start volunteering on a regular basis, go there, learn basic, simple construction skills that hopefully will help them through their education and their profession in the future. Start going there, interacting with professional builders and project managers on site, and accumulate these skills seamlessly while having fun and giving back to the community, just like we were envisioning. It was happening one bite at a time, as you can say. Since then, every semester, every year, we have different group of students volunteering at different sites throughout our city here in Brownsville and Cameron County for that matter, on a regular basis to help in the construction and gain more skills and training as we move on.
CDCB also operates a training program for high school dropouts who will come back to school to get their GED and their training certificate as a contractor. So we put both of these students together on this site, and we actually used the building site as the model to write a building curriculum for these students. So we now have a green construction training curriculum that was written while we built this house. So we're moving forward. We're taking bite after bite after bite. And 9 months later, and only $75,000 later, the house was complete. And it's beautiful, it's lovely. And most importantly, we sold it. Somebody wanted it. I thought it looked good. He thought it looked good. We had no idea if the market thought that it would look good. And then it came, stamped, LEED certified, silver. It ain't gold, but it's silver. And I'm trying for gold, but this is the first LEED certified house south of San Antonio. And we are very, very proud of that. The thing is those of you who know me know that it's only one house. Last year, we built 181 houses. We needed to figure out, how do we replicate this? How do we continue to do this? How do we involve our students, involve you, involve everybody in building affordable homes that are LEED, Energy Star, Rio Grande Valley, Greenbuilt certified?
And now we are ready to take the next bite of the elephant. Now our students are the ones starting to produce the designs. We as faculty step back, just like in Tintin. We're just taking the role of supervising and guiding, and the students are starting to produce their own, the new designs. And we start visiting sites, potential sites. Across town, here, this is a picture, these are pictures from the Cameron Park Colonia. We all are familiar with it. And all of a sudden, looking into these houses and visiting these sites and listening to the CDCB officials and so forth, it hit us. This is not just about another pretty, sustainable house anymore. This is about changing life. This is about improving and enhancing the quality for our inhabitants within this city, which is a wonderful city. But as we can see, we do have a lot of challenges that we need to face together. So this became even more motivation for our students to produce better designs for their potential clients and so on. Then we took it to the next stage. This is what happens when you collaborate, when you work together. You have more skills, you have more ability to do wider, expand the scope of what you do. So we start having the student meet with actual potential clients that were identified by the CDCB. Try to understand from them what they need, what they desire to have, and so forth. Then we expanded the research into looking into a whole neighborhood rather than just one lot, looking into environmental factors, and so forth, current styles of elevations and material used, and so on. Then we tend to forget that we are in Brownsville again. This is one of the most historical cities in the state of Texas, if not in the nation. We have a rich heritage here. So the student went back, started looking into these beautiful houses that we have, creating a comparison between the current and the old and what's common between them. Take these information, discuss it, present their new ideas to a wider audience of professional designers and architects and CDCB representatives. But even more importantly, take this design back to the clients, to the homeowners, and see what they feel about it. See if we are succeeding, if we are really fulfilling their desire and their need, and more custom design are coming as we move on. And more designs are being produced and being considered by CDCB to be built by, hopefully, in the new phases.
Now, how could we grow this bigger? How could it be even more, even better? We did one house, and then we're doing 2 houses, and we actually have 3 LEED certifiable houses here in Brownsville now that we've built. But how could we take it to another level? How could we increase that number? So we went out and partnered with another architectural firm called BC Workshop, Building Community Workshop, and they've set up shop here working with us in Brownsville. And they're a public interest architectural firm, a community engaged architectural firm, where we go out and we ask the client, what do you want in your house? Now, when you ask somebody what they want in their house, somebody who's used to standing in line and waiting for food stamps, somebody who's used to being told to go here and go there, when you sit down there and you say, what do you want in your house? The look on their face is amazing. Amazing. You actually want to know what I want? You want to know what's important to me? Yeah, we want to know what's important to you, because then you're engaged. Then you go out and vote more. Then you participate in the civic activities. That's the exciting thing. We've done this. We've done this in Brownsville. We've done it in Harlingen. This is exciting. Our folks are starting to help design parks. We had the city adopted community engaged design around the new Belden Trail Park in Brownsville. That is what we're talking about. Not just energy efficiency, but community engagement.
And of course, we have our students visit these sites, and we can see how motivated they become, how more eager they are to continue their education and come back and be part of this movement, if you wish. This is a simple project. It's a house. But as we and Nick decided that it's like eating an elephant, one bite at a time. It's expanding, expanding, expanding. Now it has a ripple effect. The students are more motivated. These are just some codes, sample of codes that we'd like to share with you from various reflection essays and letters that the students have wrote over the last 4 years. How motivated, how eager, how proud they are to be part of this movement, and looking forward to continue and participate and come back and contribute to their community.
Now, we didn't eat all the elephant. There's still a bunch of it left. And we invite you all to help join us to be a part of that. This is not a movement for the rich. It's not a movement for those who can afford to do this. We want everybody to be able to engage in the design of this city, engage in the built environment, our parks, our houses, low-income housing, rich housing, the commercial districts of our area. We want it to be walkable. We want it to be sustainable. We want it to be different. Yeah, this is Brownsville. Yeah, we make energy here, right? I mean, we grow oil here, right? This is Texas. I need to be able to see my horse or my car outside my house, but we can change that. We can change that, and we invite you to join us. Thank you.
Thank you.